Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Saturday. Right now, we're watching the Cincinnati Bengals up 10-7 over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, a team that's been called frauds. I mean, hell, they lost to the Cowboys, so there's that. Anyway, we do have some news with the Cowboys. What might be a reason why Mike Zimmer may not want to coach. Now, before I get into the details here, the hot off the presses details, what's interesting is we were doing our live stream earlier with our members call-in show, and my buddy Walker Wade made the comment because we were talking about Mike McCarthy, and I was saying they're not doing the team or him a service by, literally saying, we got 9 days to work on this. I said, because right now we already see teams that are going through and having interviews right now. We know that the Jets are, we know the Bears are, we know New Orleans is. And here it is. It'll be Black Monday 2 days from now, and you'll probably have a few more openings. Jacksonville, the Raiders, maybe the Giants. And those teams are going to be trying to hurry up and grab a coach. The Cowboys, basically are going to sit around on the fence and try and decide who they want. And the thing with the Cowboys is they wait so long that it ends up being that the best options probably aren't there. And they fall back on guys they're familiar with. And so I have been, kind of more of Mike McCarthy may have more options than the Cowboys. And Wade pointed out, if Mike McCarthy leaves, what's going to happen is Mike Zimmer will end up becoming the head coach. And I'm going to say maybe pump the brakes a little bit there. We saw Mike Zimmer, who was a little teary-eyed at his press conference there and talking about wanting to be wanted. He said, "You want to be wanted." Well, apparently he knows what he's talking about because they announced today he is engaged. Mike Zimmer is engaged to Karina Elizabeth Milken, 42-year-old supermodel. Well, I was like, damn, Zim. Supermodel. They're engaged. Shout out to you, Mike Zimmer. So Mike Zimmer might be a little bit too busy to coach the Cowboys. And, when you're 68 years old, it's 68, you can get full retirement for Social Security. Not that he's relying on Social Security. You're 68 years old. You're engaged to a rather attractive woman, and you may want to spend more time with her as well. And it seems to be, I didn't know that the hot profession to be in is to be an old NFL coach, because you see Bill Belichick, who is old as dirt, with his 25-year-old fiance. And yeah, shout out to Mike Zimmer. Congratulations. And now you wonder, Jerry and Stephen Jones coaching? Katarina Elizabeth Milken. Where would you rather spend your time? I don't think you want to spend your time sleeping on the couch at the Star. You may want to be home, with your family, taking care of your business. So shout out to Mike Zimmer being engaged, and we'll see. We'll see if he wants to come back. It is an interesting premise to have Mike Zimmer. We know this much. What we know about the Joneses is they like familiarity. They like older coaches and so forth, okay? That's the reason why, Mike McCarthy was not one that they were that familiar with, but of course, that Mike Zimmer is somebody that they know rather well because he was here back in the 90s with the Cowboys and is definitely rather familiar with them. And you could see them sliding him into the position, and maybe Al Harris is there. More than anything else, I think the Cowboys they are really putting everything kind of on the line. And I think that they overvalue being with the Cowboys. I don't know that the Cowboys is a premier spot that you want to coach at anymore. Yeah, you've got Dak, you've got Mikey, you've got some really good players on that team, but you're going to be overshadowed by the ownership, which is clearly proven to be as cheap in ownership as there is in the NFL. And you're not going to have carte blanche. I mean, you think about the team will hire your coaching staff. They're going to pick your coaching staff. And regardless of what Mike McCarthy said, which I still say the reason why Mike McCarthy will be back is because Mike McCarthy literally will take bullets for the team. When Dak Prescott said he'd like to have Mike McCarthy back and have more power and say-so over the team, Mike McCarthy told the company line and said, basically, blame me. I've had more latitude here than any place else. So there's that aspect of it. But let's be clear here, man. Let's be clear. We are a mess. We are completely a mess. And going into this offseason, I'm going to say between now and the end of March, we'll know everything we need to know about the Dallas Cowboys. Because how they handle this next week, as far as the coaching goes, and as we get through to free agency, we have some players that we really need to hold on to. And we have a need to bring in more than just saying we're going to rely on the guys that were injured. That's been the problem with the Cowboys. And I can speak it till I'm blue in the face and stuff. I don't know of any team that seriously has just gotten a quarterback and nobody else around him and won a Super Bowl. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And until the Cowboys realize we got to do more than what we're doing, we're never going to get anywhere close to a Super Bowl. You're never going to. You'll be good. You'll be competitive, but you won't be good enough to win it all. Take a look around the NFL. The Cowboys have done absolutely positively nothing to try and make themselves get better during the Mike McCarthy years. You can't name one player that you look at and say, oh, my God, that's an impact player. They don't do it. So, hats off to Mike Zimmer. And 4th and 1, Cincinnati didn't convert. Steelers ball. That was a huge stop. That's my buddy Hayward. He's been there for a long time. All right, people. Peace out.